I am 45 and started smoking when I was 15, which makes my smoking a career of 30 years. I've planned on quitting for many years. As of January 13th, 2020, I have been smoke-free. However, not nicotine-free. Nicotine-free since February 13th. Now let's review how I did until this far. Started the first month with assistance of the Nicorette patch 25 milligrams, highest dose 2+ packs a day, while still having the odd cigarette to take off the edge, even though that's not recommended. Second month was nicotine-free and the hardest month of my life. I found it hard because I smoked cigarettes while doing just about every daily work and life task. Starting in the morning of day 1 with no nicotine, I would wake up with that tightness in the chest, so instead of grabbing a cigarette to ease the chest tightness, I would stretch my back out by reaching up and holding the doorway while holding my feet up. This would ease the chest slightly. Then, I went for a brisk walk to get outdoors, which is what I used to do when I smoked. I walked with taking in enormous deep breaths of fresh air, in through the mouth and out through the nose. When I returned home, I had a huge glass of cold Gatorade. I would make a quick bowl of oatmeal and download a podcast, something to concentrate on while taking my mind off having a cigarette while driving, which is another huge smoking crutch spot being that I drive for a living. You may think that I'm going to tell you a big secret, but there is none. It's just substitutions used as coping strategies. After looking at the money you spend on cigarettes, or your health, whichever narrative will do it, this is what urged me. What I find is that it feels like some days are double in length and twice as wide. For this reason, I was killing time while chain smoking. I'm not sure if quitting smoking would have been as hard if it wasn't for my lifestyle. I mean, really, everything I've done for the last 30 years involved smoking, like a best friend that doesn't annoy you. I wish I had the magic answer, but to let you in on the changes I'm facing now are that food tastes better. I can smell a lot of things better, some bad, but most good. I don't have the wheezing at night, and my coughing is essentially gone. The need for me to stop smoking wasn't a doctor order, nor was it because I received life-changing news. It was the simple reason I was sick of being so dependent and weak. When I say tired, I mean having to stop every hour minimal while driving to a vacation destination or not being able to take a plane because I can't smoke on the plane. Sometimes I felt I had to avoid certain places such as malls or parks with the kids due to embarrassing myself with a smoke sticking out of my mouth. I guess that being a dad has made me feel more embarrassed than ever. For instance, while being at my son's basketball game and having to get up and go all the way down the stairs to have a smoke outside. Then, out of breath while climbing what felt like a mountain, 2 flights of stairs back to the game. Since my January 13 Kick It Day, yes, I've put on a little weight and yes, the urge to smoke sometimes comes back. But I started a cardio and weight training program before quitting smoking, which is now, so it seems, all I have. Sorry, my kid and wife too, of course, to really help me stay focused and on the right path to a healthier me. If I can emphasize one thing, it would be that I'm able to stay indoors at a family gathering, cinema, or sporting event without flying back outside the first chance I get. While there's so much to say, I'll condense it to make it easy for you to get a quick start. The money you're saving from buying cigarettes could be put in a jar and could fund a vacation or a hobby at your 1-year smoke-free anniversary, which I feel will really help me validate my suffering. Okay, all kidding aside, I want to share my 5 tips on what has helped me kick the butt. My first tip is that I have stayed busy while changing my direction every 15 minutes. Let me explain. No matter what I'm doing, I change my direction every 15 minutes to keep pace with my old lifestyle of smoking. So, if driving, I'll change radio stations or take an unfamiliar direction. Or if at home, I'll change rooms or seats. While visiting friends or family, I'll take a walk to the bathroom or go outside. While watching the game, I'll listen to a video while watching or listen to a podcast via tablet. This is all dependent on your attention span and your smoking frequency. My second tip is to keep your mouth and hands busy. I was using a glass of ice chips, which experts have concluded can kill some of the cravings. I would just pour a few chips in my mouth continuously until the chips were gone. I would also write down on a personal journal what I felt could get me through the constant cravings. An example of this would be, I have made it through X number of days, Y hours, and I have to keep going. And if I give in, I'll spend Z amount of money. The third tip is replacing your restless energy with productive energy. So I started a side hustle, e-commerce. It is stressful, but it does make money, require energy, and it chews up time. I recommend starting this before you quit, not during. Number 4 for me is my favorite, weight training. Not lifting heavy weights or burning myself out with overtraining. Just a steady workout with minimal rest. Not too heavy. 8 to 12 reps, 3 sets per muscle. I've made gains and opened my eyes to a healthy side of life. Lastly, but most important, is eating. Don't replace smoking with food. Yes, it's very common when dropping a habit to put on weight. The trick for me was to spend most of the time making the food instead of eating it. I finally put some cookbooks to work. It takes time, but that's what you want, trust me. It's also made me very conscious on preparing foods that are high in protein and low in fat, which is also what you want. No sugar is what I look for. What I like about quitting far outweighs what I miss, which is feeling that I'm finally looking out for my future and my family's. Feeling selfish is what brought me to this huge decision, and it'll be a work in progress. I'm not expecting to live a perfect life, although I know it'll be better than it was. It's been 4 months today, and I'm nowhere near clear of it yet. It's gotten to be much easier. I feel if I bring out a strong goal every week and a reason within a reason, I'll get there. For example, this month my goal is to save an extra $1,000 with a reason that I may need to take a staycation for a week. Whatever your reason for quitting and to stay quitting, come up with a new goal and a reason every week or day. Putting your best foot forward, ready or not, it's the right time. I'm in the thought that replacing smoking time works for the beginning of when you start to quit, until you break your routine, and then you'll figure out a new direction, and it will carry you to your next path. It's been said that when starting your resolution to quit smoking and proving to yourself that you're capable, it can lead to more and more doors opening. But the first step is the biggest.